Eating well means eating foods of wide variety. Choose a lot of different foods, don't settle on a few. Hey, choose a balanced diet if you want what's good for you. And don't forget that exercise completes the recipe. So eat well and be well, that's the key. Eat well and be well, that's the key.
Hi, gang. Dave Babcock again, your Eat Well, Be Well buddy. I'll bet you're wondering why I'm displaying this beautiful dark green leafy spinach with this cool-looking, thirst-quenching pitcher of milk. They don't look a bit related, do they? I mean, look, one's a veggie and the other is a dairy product. They belong to two different food groups altogether. Well, I'll tell you how they're related as soon as you tell me how you're feeling today. Huh? Let's hear it. How you feeling? Pretty good, I heard. Very good. Someone feels terrific. Well, you know what? That's got to be because you're eating a good balanced diet. Right. 4, 4, 3, and 2. Remember? 4, 4, 3, and 2. You got to know what it means for you. Sounds like a song I once heard. Our balanced diet has to have variety, right? So whenever possible, we eat 4 servings from the fruit and vegetable group daily, 4 from the bread and cereal group, right? 2 from the meat, poultry, fish and beans group, and 3 from, well, we haven't really talked about this food group yet, have we? This one, the milk and cheese group. When I've told you why this food group is so important for your health, you'll have your balanced diet well balanced in your head, and I hope in here too. But not too much in here, because as we all know, moderation is all important, right? And we must practice even more moderation when we eat the sweets and fats in the the 5th food group, the one that's not in our balanced diet. Alcohol, of course, is an absolute no-no for us. Okay, let's get back to the milk and cheese group. So what am I doing with this spinach? Nobody's guessed? Well, both spinach and milk are a very good source of calcium. And calcium is a very important nutrient. Its richest source is in the milk and cheese group. But I wanted you to know that calcium is also in dark leafy vegetables, like this spinach, or like in this broccoli here. This is just another example of why variety in our diets is so important. If we don't get a good nutrient in one food, we can get it in the other. And when it comes to calcium, milk is not only a major source, it contains other nutrients that help us to absorb the calcium. Oh boy, I'm eating pretty well today. You know, I can feel that calcium going straight to my bones and my teeth. Milk is the most important food from the moment you're a baby. Any baby born to a mammal, because a mammal is a milk-giving animal. And whether mammals are carnivorous or herbaceous, they give milk to their young. Well, I know those are kind of hard words, so I'm going to stop a moment and explain them to you. You see, we, the human animal, are both carnivorous and herbaceous. Carnivorous means that an animal is only meat-eating, like a leopard, or a tiger, or even your pet poodle. And herbaceous means that those animals feed only on green leafy things, like tree leaves and grass and other kinds of vegetation, like, for instance, a giraffe, or deer, or cows, of course, that eat grass. I'll bet you recognize the word herb in herbaceous, don't you? And you know what herbs are. Yeah, they're those deliciously flavored little greens that we add to other foods for seasoning. Now, I'm going to take a little detour from the milk and dairy group to show off my herb garden, because I'm so proud of it. You know, you can have one, too. Yeah, you don't have to be a farmer with a 4,000-acre spread to grow herbs. All you need is a box and a windowsill. Hey, take a look at our tomatoes, huh? It's coming along pretty nicely, huh? And my herb garden seems to be doing well. I got parsley and basil, a little bit of chives there. Chives have a nice, light onion flavor. You start with seeds or little plants. You can get at almost any grocery or flower shop. Then you take a box, some earth, and there you are. You're a farmer. Oh, well, I guess I got kind of carried away here. Let's get back to the milk and cheese group and the calcium. I want you to see this because this will give you some idea of what a variety of foods there are in this group. Cheddar cheese, Swiss cheese, cottage cheese, different kinds of milk, low fat and skim. Since everything in this food group is derived from milk, all these foods are rich in calcium. Calcium is a mineral that's important at all ages. Very important when you're growing and your bones have to get longer and thicker and strong, and when your teeth are coming in and getting harder. And very important when you're older. You want to keep from getting the kind of bones and teeth problems that may come with age. You see that? That's you. Yeah, under your muscle and flesh and skin. You have 206 separate bones in your body. When you're fully grown, you'll have 32 permanent teeth. So you can see how much calcium you need to keep all those parts in good condition. Calcium is also important for your blood. Yeah, it helps to clot it, so you'll stop bleeding quickly if you accidentally cut yourself. Of course, milk and cheese have other nutrients too, like protein, which also helps all those bones to grow longer and thicker and stronger. Another thing it's got. You probably remember these, huh? Vitamins, right? A, B6, B12, and D. They're very important for healthy skin, hair, and eyes. So, friends, get into the habit of having at least 3 servings a day from this food group. Actually, during your growing years, until you're, say, 18, 4 servings a day wouldn't hurt. Oh, but one caution. Milk has animal fat in it. We're going to talk more about the problems of eating fats and sweets the next time we meet. But meanwhile, take my word for it. If you want to cut back on fats, drink milk that has a lower fat content. For example, low-fat milk, skim milk, have all the same nutrients as whole milk if they're fortified with vitamins A and D. They look the same, and actually they taste pretty much the same. Try a blindfold test. You'll see. Like this. Watch. Put on the old blindfold, and I give a test. Try one glass out. It's good, but I'm not sure what kind it is. Try another one. That's good too. Still, it tastes the same. One more. I'll guess that that one is whole milk. I'll guess wrong. It's skim milk. For fun, if it were possible, I'd include the different animal milks in your blindfold test from different animals. Here in the U.S., of course, we drink mostly cow's milk because we got a lot of cows. In other parts of the world, they drink the milk from the animal which is most common there. For example, in India and Egypt, they drink buffalo milk. In the mountains of Central Asia, in Tibet, for example, they drink the milk of a yak. Oh, this is a yak, by the way. And in the countries around the Mediterranean Sea, for example, Greece, sheep milk is the milk of the day. Up in the Arctic, you know what they drink? Milk from reindeer. Yep, that's right. They're not just the pets of Santa Claus. Anyone in this class who's had yak or buffalo or sheep milk, I want you to speak up. Go ahead. Nope, all I hear is silence. Kind of what I figured. Okay, now I'm going to do some menu planning in this food group. A dairy dish for each meal, and for snacks, of course. Or you could drink a glass of milk instead. Much better for you than soda pop, but you knew that, right? Okay, for breakfast, we might have cold cereal with milk, or even hot cereal. It's the milk that's from our dairy group, right? The milk could be whole milk, low fat, skim. For lunch, if you're brown bagging it, how does a cheese sandwich strike you, huh? Cheese is there in our dairy group, right? And the bread for the sandwich, you might want to make that, you know, a whole wheat, whole grain bread for the carbohydrate, vitamins, and minerals, as well as for the fiber in the grain. Okay, for snacks, how about yogurt? Sounds pretty good to me. Could be plain, or you could have it with fruit, maybe even frozen. And don't forget, most yogurt is low fat. Now, for dinner, I happen to love noodles, especially when they're mixed with cottage cheese. And that's from our dairy group. It's a great casserole. So why don't you tell Mom or Dad to fix it one night? Before bed, I like a nice, cool glass of milk. There. See, getting calcium is simple and delicious. Well, now we're going to take a little trip to a farm. It's a cow farm, actually, and we're going to see how milk gets to your refrigerator, starting from when it's just a blade of grass. And maybe you'd like to know which state in the United States produces the most milk. Well, I'll tell you in a second. First, I'll sing you a little song about milk. Ever stop to think about the food you couldn't do without its milk? Whether you are big or small, short or tall, it's clear we all need milk. Whether you're a boy or girl, everyone around the world drinks milk. America, Japan, or Spain, Africa, it's all the same, it's milk. Milk is the first food a baby eats. It's what they want when babies cry. Milk will soothe their tears and calm their fears. It's such a healthy lullaby. There's never any doubt about it. Animals will shout about it. Milk. Dogs bow wow and cats meow. Even chimpanzees will howl for milk. It makes us strong, it helps us grow. The universal food we know is milk. Here at home or across the sea, kangaroos and kids agree it's milk. Milk is the first food a baby eats. It's what they want when babies cry. Milk will soothe their tears and calm their fears. It's such a healthy lullaby. Ever stop to think about it? Simply couldn't do without it. Milk. Well, I said I'd tell you which state produces the most milk, and now I'm gonna. Can any of you guess which state it is? It's in the Midwest, where they have a lot of grass, a lot of room for cows. Sort of in the Great Lakes region here. That's it, Wisconsin. But it was a cow in Indiana that gave a record number of quarts in a day. 100. That's a lot of quarts and lots of milk. Okay, so let me ask you, do any of you know what curds and whey are? You know, as in Little Miss Muffet sat on her tuffet, eating her curds and whey. Along came a spider, sat down beside her, and frightened Miss Muffet away. Did you ever wonder what curds and whey are? Well, when milk is made into cheese, the cheese is the curds. And it's from these curds that different cheeses are made. There are hundreds and hundreds of different cheeses made all over the world. They all start the same way. The curds are separated from the whey. But it's how the curds are treated and aged and flavored that makes each cheese different. So now, how am I going to choose which one to eat? Well, while I'm thinking about that, friends, you think about being sure you get enough milk and cheese in your balanced diet. All right? Okay. Eat well and be well, and see you soon.
Eating is a key to being healthy as can be. And eating well means eating foods of wide variety. Choose a lot of different foods, don't settle on a few. Hey, choose a balanced diet if you want what's good for you. And don't forget that exercise completes the recipe. So eat well and be well, that's the key. Eat well and be well, that's the key.